The Last Conversation. Carlos Carrasquero. The cave smelled of salt and old smoke. Waves crashed against the cliffs below, their rhythm steady and patient, as though the sea itself waited for the end. A man sat before a great skull, its bone the color of moonlight ash. Cracks ran along the ridges where horns once gleamed, and the empty sockets stared out toward the dark horizon. The man leaned against his staff, his hair as white as the foam that kissed the rocks. His armor, what little remained of it, hung in pieces from his shoulders, dulled by rust and time. Well, Errasped, voice roughened by years and regrets. You're quieter than I remember. The skull said nothing, but the hollow of the cave seemed to breathe with him. Wind whispered through the teeth, making a low, whistling sigh. Chuckled softly. You always did know how to make an entrance. Reached out, his hand trembling as it rested on the dragon's snout. The bone was cold, smooth in places, rough in others where the blows of his blade had once landed. Do you remember? Asked. The fire, the mountainside? I was young then. Thought I could slay the darkness and earn my name in the songs. Echoed, the sound echoing off the stone. They still sing of it, you know. The knight who felled the Stormfire Wyrm. They never tell how close it was. How my sword broke. How you could have ended me, if you hadn't hesitated. His hand clenched weakly. I saw it in your eyes. Peachy. The sea roared, but the skull remained silent. I spent the rest of my life chasing that moment, murmured. Battles, tournaments, gold. But none of it felt like that day. None of it felt real. His gaze drifted toward the skull's hollow eyes. I think. I only understood later. You weren't my enemy. You were the last great thing in a world growing small. The old man cawed again, deeper this time. Blood stained his beard, but he smiled faintly. You know what they call me now? Sir Alaric the Dragon Slayer. As if that's all I ever was. But I think you were the last dragon because the world didn't need you anymore. And uno a uno helped it forget. He leaned his head against the skull, closing his eyes. I came to make amends. Or to ask forgiveness. Whichever you prefer. The wind shifted. From the hollow of the skull came a faint, low rumble, like the echo of a distant storm. It might have been the sea, or memory, or something more. Alaric smiled. Ah, you do remember. He sat there until the stars faded and the dawn crept into the cave. When the waves finally reached the bones, the old man was still beside them, head bowed, hand resting on the dragon's muzzle, as though in conversation. By the time the Beyagers found him, the tide had washed his footprints away. But the skull, they said, gleamed as though the sea itself had wept upon it.